Welcome back. This is episode 6 of the On-Site podcast. We are jumping right back in with the author, who is now, 3 weeks into his Pensacola assignment. And he's actually been living with his colleague Mickey and Mickey's wife Sarah for about a week now.
Right, so that initial survival mode, that feeling of just trying to navigate a brand new country, it's really faded.
Yeah, totally faded. And this distinct daily rhythm has taken over, which honestly starts super early in Mickey and Sarah's kitchen.
Oh, the kitchen routine, yes.
I mean, to call it a traditional breakfast almost feels wrong. It's really less like a meal and more like a pit crew fueling a race car,
That is the perfect analogy, a pit crew,
Hmm.
because it is all about speed, right?
Yeah.
Mickey has this rotating choice of boxed freezer staples to just get calories into his system as fast as possible.
Yeah. Take the hash browns. Mickey throws these frozen, preformed potato patties on a flat pan.
Oh.
And they cook to this golden crispness in minutes, and they're just served warm with a bottle of ketchup.
Which is, it's so fast. Back in India, the author had only ever seen these kinds of packaged foods in commercials.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah. And now he's just sitting at the table before the sun is even up, watching it happen.
That's wild. And then there's the sweet side of the freezer, the toaster strudels.
Oh, man, the toaster strudels, strawberry-flavored, piping hot.
Right. But the real ingenuity to him was the packaging. It comes with that tiny plastic packet of sweet cream cheese icing. You tear off the top and manually squeeze this zigzag drizzle right over the hot pastry.
It's basically an interactive sugar delivery system.
Totally. Which, speaking of sugar, brings us to his absolute fascination with Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, he really focuses on the unique texture and form of a Pop-Tart.
Because to him, it was this strange and unique pastry, mainly because of its dual utility. Like, you could eat it toasted, or you could just eat it straight out of the box without heating it at all.
Right, which makes it incredibly efficient fuel for the day. Fast, sweet, loaded with carbs.
Yeah, fuel that they immediately burn on the commute. So Mickey drives him to the office every morning, but before they hit the corporate park, they have this non-negotiable stop.
The local Circle K.
Yes, the Circle K pit stop. He describes walking into this brightly lit convenience store and realizing, this is his true entry point into everyday American life.
Absolutely. And the very first stop inside is always the coffee station. This is where he encounters liquid coffee-made creamers.
Right, which he's staring at the dispenser's hazelnut French vanilla and comparing it to what he knows.
Because he's super familiar with Indian-flavored tea.
Yeah.
Right? Spices, boiled milk, deep flavors cooked into it.
Yeah.
So the idea of a customizable liquid creamer for standard black coffee is a total revelation to him.
It's a completely different way to construct a drink. You pour a splash of vanilla directly into your plain cup.
Right, you're the engineer of your own flavor.
And while he's doing that, he looks around and sees the Polar Pops.
Oh, the Polar Pops.
He's watching customers walking out with these massive 64-ounce insulated cups filled with fountain soda.
I love picturing his reaction here because in India, individual drinks rarely exceeded 12 ounces.
Right.
So a 64-ounce cup, which is almost 2 liters of liquid, by the way, is just staggering to him.
2 liters of soda at 7 in the morning. But the environment dictates the product, right? Insulated cups for long, isolated car commutes.
Exactly.
So after the drinks, he heads to the checkout counter, and this is where he processes 2 major systemic differences in America. First up is the retail pricing.
Right. He notices that a bag of chips or candy here costs significantly more than it did at Walmart over the weekend.
Which is confusing because of the MRP, right?
Yeah, the maximum retail price.
Yeah.
In India, every packaged item has the MRP stamped directly on the wrapper. So whether you buy a chocolate bar at a massive supermarket or a tiny roadside stall, it costs the exact same.
Wow, okay. So seeing inflated prices at Circle K really challenges his understanding of value until he realizes Americans aren't just buying the product.
They are paying a premium for location, speed, and minutes saved.
They're buying time.
Buying time, exactly.
So it makes you wonder, are we actually purchasing the product or just purchasing the convenience of time?
It's a great question. And right next to those marked up snacks, sitting on the exact same counter, he sees this line for colorful scratch-off cards from the plexiglass dispenser.
The lottery.
The lottery. And this is a massive paradox for him. back in India, gambling carries a severe social stigma.
Right, it's viewed as this vice that ruins families.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But here, the government is running a high-stakes game of chance to fund public infrastructure and schools.
Which is such an interesting observation on American state capitalism, blending that with individual optimism.
It really is.
And that spirit of independence just extends right out into the parking lot.
The self-serve gas.
Yes. Watching Mickey step into the humid Pensacola air to swipe his card, lift the nozzle, and physically squeeze the trigger.
Which is a beautiful, transparent reflection on his part. Because in India, refueling is a fully serviced luxury.
Right, you keep the window up, an attendant does everything, you never even touch the machine.
Exactly. So to him, it is surreal that this massive, potentially hazardous fuel infrastructure is entirely unstaffed.
It relies entirely on civic compliance. Millions of people just agreeing to follow the rules and not act recklessly.
Yeah, the assumption of competence is just built into the environment.
So true. Well, weeks pass, and eventually this morning routine shifts from the Circle K to the office cafeteria.
A brand new ecosystem to decode.
Totally. And the contrast is huge. The Indian office canteen is this bustling hub, staffed by service personnel pouring hot, freshly boiled tea, serving ready-made meals.
But the American break room is just functional. It's automated machines and raw ingredients.
Yeah, the vending machines. He has this intoxicating novelty of sliding dollar bills in, punching an alphanumeric code, and watching that coiled metal arm drop a snack.
I love that he makes it a personal mission to try literally everything in the machine.
I mean, you kind of have to, right?
Yeah.
And while he's navigating the snacks, he discovers the American affinity for ice.
Oh, the dedicated commercial ice machine.
Right. Americans will take a glass and pack it to the absolute top with crushed ice, even if they're just getting tap water.
Have you ever just, stopped to listen to the constant background crunch of ice in an American office?
It's a very specific soundtrack.
It really is. But the center of gravity in that break room is definitely the coffee pot protocol.
Yes, the commercial bun brewer. Mickey has to guide him through the whole architecture of a brew.
Right, selecting the paper filter, tearing open the pre-measured grounds, and navigating half and half.
Which sounds like a riddle if you've never heard it.
Totally. And then there's the unwritten rule.
Yeah.
Mickey tells him, if you empty the pot, you brew a fresh one.
Which immediately gives the author this odd mix of nervousness and empowerment. Right. His actions suddenly impact the entire office's collective mood.
Yeah, and that pressure leads to a pretty hilarious mistake.
Oh, the coffee mix-up. Yes. So he walks in, finds the regular pot empty, and sees two types of packets in the basket, bright green and deep orange red.
And remember, he has no concept of decaffeinated coffee. Why remove the stimulant from a stimulant?
Exactly. So he uses pure deduction. He assumes green means regular and red means extra strong or danger.
That is flawless logic, honestly.
Right. So he grabs the green decaf packet and brews it straight into the regular brown-rimmed carafe.
Oh, no.
And what happens?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. No one notices. It wasn't until days later that Mickey casually explains the universal rule. Green always means decaf.
That is amazing.
Yeah, he felt anxious for a bit, but he kept it entirely to himself, never told a soul.
It's so warm and funny.
It is. And the way he frames it is great. It wasn't just a daily chore. It was this quiet, empowering test of belonging in the American workplace.
He's learning to operate the machinery.
Exactly. Which leaves us with a really fascinating final thought for you listening. The most mundane objects, a green coffee packet or a self-serve gas pump, they're actually profound cultural gatekeepers.
They really are. It makes you look at your morning routine completely differently.
It sure does. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next